Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football, and it's a big signing, and this time it's for Liverpool. They've got Szoboszlai. I've probably pronounced it wrong, but he's coming in from Leipzig. He's 22 years of age, and they've paid the release clause. Here we go. It's interesting, isn't it? Because we spoke about this day, and there was a lot of doubters in the chat. I've not seen that we're linked to him. Where are you getting this information from? And as I predicted, if Liverpool are in for him, we'll know very, very quickly if they're going to get him. One, because I think his release clause runs out after today. And two, because Liverpool don't mess about when they're in for players. It's very, very quick. I think this is a fantastic signing. I think the profile of Szoboszlai is really interesting. I think the profile of Alexis Mac Allister is really interesting. And I think the profile of Liverpool's midfield last season was weak. I actually think the front players were criticised a little bit too much when the service was dreadful. I think the defence got overexposed because of the midfield as well, and probably got a little bit too much criticism as well. You've got people like Mo Salah. I know Diaz was injured a lot. There's Jota, there's Nunez, there's Gakpo. They've got good attackers, and I think now they're building a midfield that potentially could really get Liverpool back racing next year. And remember, Liverpool don't need a massive amount of fine-tuning. They are still a lot of players and a coach and a fan base that is used to fighting for the Champions League and the title. And if Klopp can fine-tune that midfield, because games are won and lost in the midfield, then I think Liverpool are looking very good. And remember, this will not be the end of Liverpool's spending. They know that midfield is weak, and you can expect another player to come in, Thuram from Nice. So Thuram, Szoboszlai, Mac Allister, to add into what they've already got in there. And I think Liverpool are looking very good with a lot of depth. Now, of course, will all three players be a hit at Liverpool? It's difficult, you know. When you look at transfers through history, whether it's Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, or any other manager, if you've got a 70% success rate with your transfers, you're doing very, very well. But I like Szoboszlai. It surprises me that I've seen people on social media saying he's just an expensive James Ward-Prowse with an exotic name, and I'm like, yeah, you don't know anything about this player, do you? There is a risk taking a player from the Bundesliga who's never played in the Premier League before. Of course, there is. That has to be acknowledged. But you know, I'm not saying that everybody has to watch and monitor European football and upcoming players. But if you don't and haven't heard of Szoboszlai, I'd wonder where you've been. He's been a very... I remember back in the Euros with Hungary, people were talking about him then and his potential to be, something really, really special. And let's not forget, the Euros was before the World Cup. We're talking, was it 2 years ago, the Euros? So, look, he is a well-known up-and-coming talent. Now, whether he will deliver that talent is yet to be seen. But the fact that Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp think that he's the right fit for them and they're willing to play a release clause. I mean, remember, Leipzig have got no say in this. Some Liverpool fans think maybe they should have negotiated, but we spoke about this yesterday. You hit that release clause today and Leipzig can do nothing about it. You wait till Monday and you try and negotiate, and you're in the hands of Leipzig, who might say, well, you know, we want more than the release clause. So I think Liverpool might have overpaid a little bit, but they probably had the nod that this was as cheap as he was going to get, and therefore now was the time to pounce. And it's not going to be preventative to them going and getting, you know, a less attacking midfielder in someone like Thuram. So I think they've got a nice balance. I mean, you could argue that you could play a brand new midfield three there. You could literally play Thuram, Mac Allister and Szoboszlai as your midfield three and crack on. Obviously, I don't think that will happen. You've still got Jordan Henderson will still be there. I think Fabinho's probably going to still be there. Maybe Thiago goes. They've got Cody Gakpo's not who I'm thinking about. Curtis Jones had quite a good end to the season as well. So look, it's an interesting signing for Liverpool, and I think it's one that, you know, is he the sort of player Man United want? No. Is he the sort of player that Arsenal want? No. Is he the sort of player that Man City want? No. But I think he's the sort of player, and that's not because he's bad, by the way. I just think sometimes this happens, you'll know it, whoever you support as well. Sometimes you know your club doesn't need that position, but you'll see a player like this go to Liverpool or wherever and you'll go, that's a really good signing.